Question has social media ablazed and has been going up and down my For You page. A man asks women, would they choose a man or a bear? And the women's option shocked a lot of men. And dare I say, they were offended.
In a forest with a man or a bear?
Bear. Men are scary.
With a bear.
Well, I've heard about bears. They don't always attack you, right? Unless you like fuck with them. So maybe a bear.
Depends what man, but probably a bear.
Oh, 100% a bear, which is like terrifying to say, but
definitely a bear. Some men are very scary out there.
a bear.
I would say a man.
7 out of 8 chose a bear. And this really ticked a lot of men off because they didn't understand it. So it said, would you rather be stuck in a forest with a man or a bear? I would probably choose a bear. And that's simply because bears will leave you alone. Now this is just you being stuck there, okay? The bear trying to find some food. 9 times out of 10, bears ain't gonna mess with you. A man, they probably are gonna try to find another human. And depending on what type of man that you stuck there with, you may have some problems.
So I know we've all seen the video. There's a guy walking around asking women, would you rather be stuck in the woods with a man or a bear? Most of the women said a bear. I just want y'all, just hear me out. I just want y'all to slow it down and realize that social media isn't real life. You pull up all these fucking stats. 1 in 6 women will be attacked by a man in her lifetime. Only 1 in 1 million people have a chance to be attacked by a bear. Let's think about this. You live with and walk past in your life probably hundreds of thousands of men. You will probably never fucking just walk past a bear, all right? So no shit, okay? I'm in Jacksonville, Florida. The chance that I'm gonna walk up on a Kodiak bear, what the fuck? Slim to none ever in life, never. I don't even go to the zoo. Fuck is you talking about? That's one. That's proximity. The way y'all be bringing this shit up is ridiculous. The way that question should have been asked, would you rather be in the...
It's not how the question was asked. They're going based off how the question was asked. And you don't get to dictate someone else's answer because you're offended by what they say. If that's their true response, take their true response and go on about your day. A lot of it has to do with proximity. You don't know those women's experiences with men and horror stories that they have heard about men. That doesn't mean at all, like, you have to take that into account. The question is, would you rather be stuck there? And if they say, which one would you rather have off you? Most people would just say a bear. Have you heard about some of the sick things men have done to women's bodies?
Lost in the woods with a bear that wants to kill you or a man that wants to kill you. With a bear that wants to harm you or a man that wants to harm you. But you could get the real fucking answers. I ain't never hit a woman violently. I ain't never put a violent hand on a woman. I ain't never sexually assaulted a woman. No, none of that. Ever. Nah, I ain't never even called a woman out of her fucking name. Not to her face. I think all that is terrible and wrong. But y'all acting like men are scarier than bears? You ain't watched enough nature documentaries, baby. Go watch the one where they trying to get the pictures of that big ass bear and the light from the flash scares him and a startled bear. I swear to fucking God, the earth moved when he got startled. Just go watch a few fucking videos. The way y'all, boy, you dumb as hell.
So he's trying to discount women's feelings, which I absolutely dislike. You can't dictate someone else's response. You said when the bear was startled. That means that they approached the bear. If you leave the bear gonna leave you alone. It's gonna go on about his day. Okay? It ain't gonna hunt you out. They don't want to be with you. He said stuck. You know how big a forest is? Stuck. We good. I leave your food alone, you leave mine alone. We good. I ain't gonna approach you with no camera. I ain't even gonna ask Yogi, can I use his cell phone? I'm just gonna have some peace and quiet in the forest as I try to figure my way out. Now, a lot of people responded to this man's stitch.
But y'all acting like men are scarier than bears? You ain't watched enough nature documentaries.
So I'm an ecology major, and I know way too much about bears, like way more than the average person. And I would still choose the fucking bear. So in the US, there are only about 6 fatal bear attacks per year. And there are millions of people who spend time in the woods, who go hiking and all that. So it's not like nobody is like anywhere near bears ever. And when those attacks do happen, it's usually when someone provokes a bear, not when they're just existing in their habitat. For the most part, you will be completely fine if you leave them alone and mind your business. But the same
Like I
cannot
said.
be said about men. Also, let's say I did choose the bear and the bear killed me. You know what? I would be okay with that. I would give him a little hug as I went out. It would be the perfect way to die.
Video. The way y'all, boy, you dumb as hell.
If I encountered a bear and it attacked me, it would be based on pure animal instinct. If I mind my business, if I don't pose any sort of threat, if I'm quiet, if I leave them the hell alone, that bear will also leave me the hell alone. The same cannot be said about men. The worst thing that bear can do to me is kill me. I can name several things a man can do to me that would be worse than just killing me. Most women have harassment stories involving men. Had you talked to any woman in your life, or at least read the fucking news, you would know that our fear is very valid. We're not dumb. I'd much rather encounter a starving black bear than encounter a man in the middle of the night. And I stand by that.
Video. The way y'all be, but y'all act.
Wait, I know any bear enthusiasts or wildlife know anything about this. Do bears hunt at night?
Acting like men are scarier than bears? You ain't watched enough nature documentaries, baby.
And you haven't watched the news enough, because didn't you hear about the 19-year-old girl who went on a date and then ended up with her dismembered body parts scattered all around?
Yeah.
This video pissed me off for a numerous amount of reasons, but I'm actually going to go ahead and go through them. I took notes. I wrote stuff down. In the beginning of the video, one of the things that you mention in your defense is that you walk past hundreds of dudes every day, but not one bear. Yeah, that's because I walk past dudes in a public setting, in public, and I would hope that they're not insane enough to harm me in public. In this scenario, we're in private in the woods. So, just that logic alone, we're in private in the woods. Yeah, I'm gonna be scared if an unknown man is around. You also tried to change the question, which I didn't like. You said the way that the question should have been asked. It shouldn't been asked any type of way. The point of the question being asked the way that it was on would you rather be in the woods with a bear or with a man is to prove how women just don't feel safe in male company. You said that the question should be asked, would you rather be lost in the woods with a bear that wants to kill you or a man that wants to kill you? I just, side note, again, why do you need to be lost in the woods? Because I could know exactly where I am in the woods and still would not want to be there alone with a man. But aside from that,
especially like a man I don't know, that's kind of like, for me, I don't know you, I don't know your intentions. I don't have an unreasonable fear of men. You should always be cautious about your surroundings. If this question was, would you rather be stuck in a forest with a woman or a bear, I would still choose the bear. Because, ma'am, I don't know you. I don't know you. These days, you gotta be careful, okay? I don't want to be stuck nowhere with a random person. I don't know what their intentions are. I don't know how they get down. And I also don't need you slowing me down.
If the bear decides to kill me in the woods, guess what? I'm in the bear's territory, and it's doing what a wild animal will do.
Correct.
That man probably followed me into the forest, and quite frankly, who knows what unspeakable things they could do to me. You also started throwing in a lot of I expletives, I guess to somehow state because you've never done these things just, I guess they just don't happen in a way that women don't feel safe as a whole. So because you stated this, I've never assaulted anyone, I've never beat a woman, I've never put my hands on a woman. So, but y'all are acting like men are scarier than the bears. They are. Again, let me reiterate, if I go into the woods with a bear and the bear decides to kill me, guess what? I not only went into their habitat, their nature, their home, but they're also a wild animal A wild animal's going to do what a wild animal does. A man could be in the woods with me, and they could kidnap me, do unspeakable things to me for who knows how long, murder me in a way that would torture me. At least the bear wouldn't torture me. They'd be killing to make sure I was dead. The man could torture me. And then after torturing to kill me, could do unspeakable things to my corpse.
But y'all acting like men are scarier than bears?
So the very fact that you made that video is exactly why a lot of women said that they prefer to be in the forest with a bear rather than a man. A bear can't go on the internet and make a video undermining women's experiences. A bear attacks a woman. People aren't asking, oh, well, what was she wearing? Or why was she there that late? Or what did she do wrong to ask for it? So on and so forth, right? There are thousands and thousands of women who have commented and liked posts preferring the bear, but instead of listening to those thousands of women, you rather center yourself and your experiences rather than listen to a group that you don't share those experiences, right? You're not a woman, right? So you'll never understand the danger or the fear of being around a man in certain circumstances, right? In the same way that I'm a black person and there's plenty of white people who cannot understand what it means to be afraid of certain circumstances with white people. But, you know, again, this is what people do to each other. Everybody's on here trying to position themselves as experts.
It's a guy walking around asking women, would you rather be stuck in the woods with a man or a bear?
Do you understand how heinous it is that after watching your video, the general consensus was like, yeah, I'm gonna choose the bear. In this scenario, based on the video that you put out as a human man, I'm gonna choose the bear. The bear is the better choice. Do you know how far out of touch with reality, bro? Holy fuck, dude.
Y'all acting like men are scarier than bears? You ain't watched enough nature documentaries, baby.
You're a woman stuck in the forest with a bear. What's the worst thing that bear can do to you? It can kill you. Now you're a woman stuck in the forest with a man. What's the worst thing a man could do to you? Rape, torture, stalk, play all these mental and mind games and be sadistic and fuck you up. Men have proven time and time again throughout history that they can do the worst things to women. And I know y'all go, oh, you're pandering, you're this, you're that. Men do the worst possible things to women. An animal is going to be an animal, and the worst it can do is kill you. Men can do so much worse, and you gotta live with that until you possibly kill yourself from the mental stress and strain that man caused you. Y'all cannot be grown men in this world and really think that this is a hard question and answer to understand.
So I think that, you know, it really boils down to your perspective. Like I said, I would choose a bear in a forest with a random man. Period, point blank. I don't want to be stuck there, period, because I wouldn't be out there. I ain't going to the forest, okay? I don't visit it. I pass them.